is Ariana Lee. Last year, I studied at SYA Italy and was part of the class of 2015. I am currently a senior studying at the International School of Beijing. Ciao, mi chiamo Ariana. L'anno scorso sono andata al SYA Italia e faccio parte della classe del 2015. In questo momento sto trascorrendo il mio ultimo anno di liceo al International School of Beijing. I've always had a passion towards the study of history and culture, and so when I read about SYA, I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to pursue such a passion without missing out on a whole year of high school. And the idea of getting to travel independently around Europe and to live with a local host family was just so incredibly appealing to me that I just couldn't see myself missing out on such an amazing opportunity. Everything about the year was just so incredibly amazing that it's hard to pinpoint exactly the best thing that happened, but something that definitely stood out were the people that I met there. I shared so many interests with my classmates. We all had a passion for traveling, for interacting with different cultures that I found it was so easy to make friends. And at the end of the year, I thought that our class was like a family. We were so incredibly close with each other, and we supported each other through all the struggles we were going through. And this didn't just happen between the students, but also with our teachers as well. The teachers that SYA has are all amazing. They're all incredible teachers, but they're also just people that you can go up and talk to anytime you want. A lot of us found it so easy to just go up to any teacher and to talk about stuff we were going through or just funny moments that happened to us during our independent travels. And everyone was just from different backgrounds that it made for such a vibrant and fun community. I was definitely surprised by the amount of freedom we got while we were abroad to just live the experience the way we wanted to. There were so many weekends and holidays and just opportunities for us to travel around Europe and just to see so much more of the world. And I think SYA does a really good job of balancing between schoolwork and free time. Definitely the academics were very rigorous, but SYA did do a good job of giving us enough time to go around town, explore the museums, the churches there, to interact with our host family and the local people, and also just to travel around Europe during our independent travel weekends. I found myself learning and discovering so much more than I intended to because of the way SYA was able to balance schoolwork and time to really live the experience firsthand. I think a challenge that everyone at SYA definitely faced at some point during the year was homesickness. Obviously, everyone's case of homesickness differed. For me, I wasn't really homesick until around November, but I wasn't homesick to the point where I wanted to leave Italy and just never come back. I loved my experience at SYA, but I did really miss the comforts of home. I wasn't used to being so independent and having to face language barriers and cultural barriers and living with a new family for so long, all on my own. However, this was a great learning experience because I eventually overcame the sense of homesickness. And I feel that right now I'm a lot more independent, and I find that I am more capable to face a lot of the challenges on my own without the help of others. I had always heard a lot of SYA alumni say that they go abroad and they come back after 9 months knowing how to fluently speak a new language. And in the beginning I kind of doubted that because I didn't really think that was possible. And so I went to Italy knowing about zero Italian, and I wasn't really expecting to know a lot by the time I came back. However, the moment that made me realize that something like this was possible was probably during Christmas break when my family came to visit me from Beijing. And we were having dinner with my host family, and because of the language differences, I had to translate back and forth between English and Italian. And after about 15 minutes of translating, I realized that I understood enough Italian to translate back into English, and I knew how to take English words and translate them into Italian. And I was just so shocked and surprised at myself because I never imagined that I would be able to do this after only about 4 months of studying Italian. And at the end of the year, we were doing presentations in Italian, we were taking tests in Italian, we were writing essays in Italian, and it was just so surprising to me, and I had just never imagined that I would be able to do this. I absolutely loved my host family. They were definitely a highlight of my experience, and at the end of the year, they were a second family for me. I think one of the highlights with my family was in February, some SYA students who were either half Chinese or had lived in China for quite some time. We took my family out for Chinese New Year dinner in a restaurant in Viterbo, and we got to order some of our favorite Chinese foods and share it with my host family. It was definitely an incredibly amazing bonding experience with my family because not only was I able to learn about their culture throughout the year, but they also got to experience a little bit of my culture, which was such an amazing experience. Not only that, they also gave me a lot of life advice. I found that I was able to go to any of them and just talk to them about whatever I was going through or just bring up something that happened at school. And they definitely did help me a lot when it came to learning the language and understanding the Italian culture. I think one of my favorite trips definitely had to be the time I went to London for Christmas break with my friend Erin. It was my first time traveling outside of Italy by myself, and I had no idea what to expect. I remember on the first day, we were trying to find the closest tube station because we wanted to get to Oxford Street to do some Christmas shopping for our host families. And we didn't have data on our phones or anything, so we couldn't use Google Maps. Instead, we were relying on these paper maps. And we were trying to find which direction the tube station was, but we ended up looping around our hotel and ending up somewhere we had no idea where we were. We were completely lost, and we went on the opposite direction that we were supposed to. But this memory really sticks with me because it made me realize what traveling independently means. It really taught us how to navigate and how to figure out problems on our own without the help of teachers and parents. And at the end, we were able to find the tube station, and throughout our stay in London, we were able to find how to get to the London Eye, how to get to all these incredible places in London, and it just gave us such a feeling of accomplishment that we were able to travel and be independent in a completely foreign city all by ourselves. Deciding whether to come to SYA or not was the hardest decision I ever made, but it was also the best decision I ever made. I remember being in your position and not knowing whether to apply because I was scared of sacrificing a lot from home. But looking back, I realized that I've gained so much more from this experience than I lost. In fact, I don't even think that I lost anything at all. I met so many new people. I learned a lot of new skills. I learned a whole new language. I understand a whole new culture. And I think this experience benefits you and impacts you in such a way that no other experience will. And I just don't think that you should miss out on such an amazing opportunity. I think that everyone that finished SYA in my class all enjoyed this experience and all got something out of this experience. So I attended the SYA 50th anniversary reunion in Boston this past summer. And so I got a taste of what the SYA global community is like. And I can honestly say that the SYA global community is so unique. I got a chance to talk to so many different people from all across the SYA campuses from different graduation years. And everyone was so willing to talk about their experience even after 40 or 50 years of graduating. I think what makes the SYA community so special is that everyone went through such a similar experience that we all connect in a way that is so different but also so personal, and so it just really makes for a very vibrant and close community.